Hello, listeners. Welcome to the Dream Stream of Consciousness. I am Yiska Cook,
And I am Ellen Ronis.
and we're going to talk about dreams. So,
Yeah.
I wanted just to jump in because, as I was saying, my phone is low battery, and I'm going to have to read this dream because I'm glad to say that this is an epic one. I used to always wish for that when I was having these itty bitty fragments,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I feel
Okay.
like this might be that in length anyway.
Okay.
So this is from, let me see, uh, the 12th, 12. Michelle, and I'm just going to say the dream and then I'll answer any
Okay.
questions. Okay.
Okay.
Michelle has maybe 10 dogs that she walks, five per hand. So she has five leashes in this hand, five leashes in this hand. She's got these dogs, and I'm at some kind of get together, and Michelle walks in with all the dogs, and two of the dogs recognize their people, and they get really happy because their people are there. And there's also a beautiful gray poodle that I was wondering if I might take it home.
Mm.
um, we're wondering. Oh, okay. Oh, and I seem to be. We all seem to be. At first, it seems like we all are leaning. I'm leaning, or it seems like everybody's leaning.
Hmm.
That seemed very significant somehow. And
Okay.
then, okay, hang on. Okay, and here's the second part. I'm trying to call my sister, and I'm having so much trouble calling. I can't work my phone. I can't find her phone number. I'm just really struggling. And at one point, I take my phone and I just throw it across the room. I'm very frustrated. Um, but then I realize I actually know her number. She's one of like the five numbers I know by heart in this day of the smartphone. And so I'm flustered and upset. Oh, and this was a very interesting part. So I get a knock on the door and I open it, and there's someone who is from like the tribal police, and he's scolding my son, Lev, who was quite a bit younger actually in the stream than he actually is. And it was about something he'd done. And I become very flustered and upset. The policeman is talking to my son, and I'm not even there. And then I'm saying, this is ridiculous. And the tribal guy is telling me if he doesn't pay it back, the tribal money, he's going to have to go to court. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to defend him. And then, um, and then I ask, well, how much is the fine? How much is the fine? And he says $40.
Oh my.
I said to my kids, Leb, just give him 220s. It's like not a big deal at all. We're not going to have to go to court. And so that was cool because sometimes we tend to make a mountain out of a molehill. That's an expression for us humans.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this was like, had the trappings of being such a dramatic, I don't know what, but then I was able to bring it back to a molehill for 40
So
bucks.
was that all part of that? That was all the same dream?
Yes.
Dealt with the dogs and the phone and your sister and the phone, and then okay, so there was like
Hmm.
sort of three parts.
Yeah, right, right.
Did they feel did the were the did you feel like you were in one dream? Like was you were you all in one place? I love.
Um, I, I feel like it was all one dream because I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, this part of it, and oh yeah, this part of it. I don't know if it's the correct chronological order.
Okay.
You
But it did
know,
feel like connected somehow.
oh yeah, I dreamed it all, and I was just trying to like pull out of my memory the parts of it.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
so yeah,
Yeah. So, do you have a title for this dream?
yeah, okay. Let me think a moment. the dogs are here.
Okay. So I love how the title, like when we just make up a title, it usually tells us what's like right off the top of our head
Hmm.
important about the dream.
Yeah, it sort of focuses where we might want the questioning
Yeah,
to
either what
be.
we need to know or that there's something in that bit about the dogs, that maybe is
Yes,
like the most significant, but like,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
let's see if we can pull it apart a little.
Okay,
And I'm not fond of this question in the dream questions, that Robert Moss does at Lightning
sure.
Dreamer, but I'll ask it anyway because it's part of it. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's useful. Is like a reality check. Is there any of this that could actually be,
Yes,
happening in your waking life? Are
yes.
there people that you
So
know? Did you know
I
these dogs, place, etc.?
I have a good friend named Michelle. She's an
Okay.
artist and she's 73. She's 20 years older than me. We're both, born on a decade. So and she's terrific and she has a dog and her previous dog as well. But I think that this is maybe a little symbolic of just because she collects people. Like I would consider her my best friend, but so would probably 15 other people.
Uh-huh.
She's just so amazing and
Mm.
always has creative juice and time to do whatever project anybody brings her way. And she's really special. So that's what I think, in a way, was symbolized by the Ken dogs.
Uh-huh. So dogs could be like friends,
Yeah.
signified friends.
You know what they say, a man's best friend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and so, okay. And is there anything that you uh I'm not gonna do like all the I kind of just do my own thing when
Yeah,
I'm
well, oh, I can, because you asked me a question, I only partially answered it
oh
about like
yeah,
the
okay, right.
reality
So more
thing.
the other elements of the
Yes.
dream.
And I think I was at a gathering. I didn't say this, but I think it was with like high school people. It might have been more like a reunion. And I did have a high school reunion recently, but I didn't. I didn't go. But I got the lowdown from friends who
Okay.
did go.
Okay. So maybe there was something in there that got in your
Maybe, yeah.
conscious.
So, and also my sister is my sister in the dream,
Mhm.
and I do know her phone number by heart. And it was something familiar about, I used to have like ongoing repetitive sort of a scary moment in dreams where I'm trying to put the light on and I just can't do it. As a child I would do this all the time and I just can't do it, and I felt so powerless. And this reminded me of that because I got so flustered. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just threw my phone across the room, you know, and that felt familiar, like something from my dream life as a kid.
Mm. Is there something going on that's making you feel that way in waking life, would you say?
Frustrated, making me feel
Yeah,
frustrated.
like that kind of, yeah, frustration or helplessness.
I I can't really think of anything.
Okay. And what about the tribal police? That's so
Yes.
interesting. It makes me think of some shows that I watch. You know,
Okay.
I forget the name. Longmire. It makes me think of Longmire. Did
Okay.
you ever watch that?
That's what Sam Waters, not Sam Waters,
No.
Sam.
I don't even know the guy's name. I never. He's not somebody that's that well known, the main guy. But the
He's the cowboy with the
no, mm-mm.
mustache. Oh, okay. Never mind. No, I've not seen it.
It's so good.
Okay,
It's
then I will
so
put it on
so
my
good.
short
It's
list.
kind of like a modern day cowboy and Indian kind of.
I love it.
And so he's the sheriff, Longmire's the sheriff.
Yeah.
And there's this other, I forget the actor's name, a native kind of well-known actor. And he plays the tribal police. And they're always kind of at
Uh,
each other, but then they always end up helping each other. And it's so good.
it
It's so good.
reminds me of My friend, well, many of my friends, or a few of my friends, did go to Standing Rock in South
Oh,
Dakota during that big protest, and all the
yeah.
tribes, the native tribes, got
Mhm.
together with their flags, and so I have a few friends who went, but one in particular is really close with a man who gave her at one point tribal license plates because you don't have to like have your car registered or whatever. And she used to
Right.
use them around town, but she got pulled over one too many times. So she had to sell her car.
Uh-huh.
But so that's what that reminded me of. But it was like what it was like trespassing. Like I didn't know what it was. What damage had my kid done? Like was it trespassing or well, it could seem more like property damage. And I was expecting like 1,000 plus
Right, like a lot of money.
fine.
Yeah.
And, and I find out it's $40. And so that's what I'm saying. That just
That is
made like
interesting.
my mountain into a molehill.
Yeah, yeah, right. How we can definitely do that. Sorry, let me just move this light a little bit so it's not in my theory.
Okay.
Um, um, yeah. So is there anything particular? Like there's so many interesting elements to this. Is there anything particular that you want to know? Um,
I've been thinking so much about that little gray poodle. Or
hmm,
maybe she's a brown poodle. She's either gray or brown, but I've been thinking so much about her. And I'm not trying to manifest her right now. This wouldn't be a good idea for me with my limitations to have a dog who needs to go out several times a day.
mhm,
Um, but I, and I've not been much of a poodle person, but I like a smart dog. That's my first criteria.
hmm.
And then I just sent you the girl with the dogs video. It's called Girl with the Dogs, and they're all shedders. Like I love the idea of a poodle who has hair, not fur, and doesn't shed. But I love watching this woman high velocity blow dry the fur that's flying all over the studio. And she wears this beekeeper's helmet and mask so she doesn't have to breathe in any of the fur. So, I do love poodles, but as I was saying, I like a smart dog,
Mhm.
but I also like a mixed breed.
But it's
So
very specific in the dream. It was very specific. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe if I could
I
just
know.
riff on that, maybe well, there's something also about you said there's two dogs in the 10 that she was holding that found their owners, I assume, in the gathering or wherever you were.
Yeah,
Like,
they were so happy. They
right.
couldn't believe it. They felt like this must have been where we were heading all this time. And
Uh-huh.
maybe it was, I don't know. But they were like, it's like, let me act it out for you. Like bulldog types, like, like, I'm like that kind of type dog.
That's interesting. Not my
So
favorite
happy, so
dog.
happy. And so I would say not the smartest dogs
Mhm.
of the pack.
Okay. Okay. So this seems to be something about that for you,
Yeah,
or what your interpretation
I'm
about.
judgmental of dogs.
Well, I mean, I think
Not really. I love every dog, but
we all have our, the kind of dog I like.
exactly,
Like that
exactly,
one that woman was trimming and the hairs all over the place. Yes.
exactly.
The cleanest, but my favorite and big.
My
Yeah.
favorite.
Anyway, I'm just kind of struck by something about the dog. And there again, there's always so many ways to look at a dream. I like if you look at okay, so for me in my dream, dogs definitely feel, even if it's a female dog, it feels more masculine to me. Cats feel more feminine. So
Yeah,
like
we've talked about this.
what is what is my, what's the sort of masculine essence in myself, what or that
Hmm.
particular kind of bulldoggy, like looking for home, for mama, looking for,
Like
yeah,
leaping forward.
yeah, like I totally get it. I can totally get something on a leash. Like, but there's also this like ebullience, there's this joy and
Exactly,
pure
exactly. And
joy.
they both felt that. They were two different dogs. They didn't
Hmm.
look exactly like, not from the same litter, but they were really cute. It was fun to see her with 10 leashes, because she's an older woman, but she's a kid at heart.
Hmm.
She broke her wrist riding on a hoverboard because she has to try everything that a kid would like, you know. So
So maybe also, is there something about her, the fact that she's in your dream, that she's got all these dogs and all these loved ones, that she's kind of connected.
I just love her. That's
Mhm.
the spirit that I want to embody in
Yeah, that's what it is for
the
you.
world. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
But
love.
sorry, you have to look, I have to look for like female role models. My
Hmm.
mom passed away when I was 25, and I do have two aunts, but I'm not really super close with either as far as talking frequently. And
Hmm.
so it's important to me when I find someone in the world that I feel like I would like to emulate.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing. I love that. And I think that that is really important, it's like that, young girls, of course, we're not young, but, whatever,
No, we're not.
they find people that they could look up to and
Absolutely.
be like, because, nobody knows how to do it.
It's true. It's true.
Even our parents, yeah, I still have my mom and I love my mom. And there's a lot
Yeah.
of about her that I feel like I do in a way emulate, but it's also,
But this
you know,
is why I love that movie, The All American Hero or something, because he's given out of from a UFO, he's given this magic suit and he loses the instruction manual. There's like instruction tape, and he loses it when he receives. So he doesn't know at all what to do with his magic suit. And so the whole thing is watching him trying to fly, crashing into walls, and just, and I feel that way as a human. We're
mm,
given a skin suit, but we're
mm,
not really given, you know,
yeah.
valid instruction
Yeah, well,
on.
yeah, it used to be different, I think, in different cultures and different
Mhm.
times where people grew up in the circle, let's say, the circle
Yes,
of their family. And they just
right.
things just got passed down. Your mom just taught you how to do the thing, and then your
Yeah,
grandmother taught you to do the other thing, and then your
you're
aunt
you're peeling the bean. You're beaning. You're shelling the beans.
telling
You're
me, like, this is
you're
what you
part of
do.
the. Yeah.
Right. This is how you groom yourself. This is how you take care of your husband, whatever. I mean, it was very old
Yes.
fashioned, obviously, but still, and this is the way you be like a woman,
Yeah.
whatever that means.
Hmm.
And we don't have that really so much anymore. So, thankfully, there's a lot of groups online and a lot of places
Yes.
you can really find groups of people who have or
Yes.
like minded. And I don't know, maybe it's, yeah, the groups of dogs, the groups of, I don't know, yeah,
Hmm.
something about the dog for you, for,
Yeah.
not my dream of your dream.
Yes.
Dogs, feel like, I think of dogs as being like, yeah, man's best friend, super friendly. I mean, they're not always all friendly, obviously, but just grateful for being rescued. I don't know.
Absolutely.
All of
Yeah.
that somehow feels like there's some way to in um to take that into yourself.
Yeah.
Something.
I've probably told this joke before to you and to all of you, but there's a comedian, Zoltan, can't think of his name, KH something, I think he's Eastern European, and he talks about, like, he has a cat, and his friend said to him, "Why do you hate dogs so much?" And he says, "I don't hate dogs." It's like, but dogs like all over you, and oh, buddy, you've been gone so long. I couldn't wait for you to come home. Pet me, pay attention to me. It's like I can't handle that kind of energy. Said I like my cat. You know, she comes up to me and says, "How are you?" And I said, "Fine." She says, "Oh," she turns away and says, "Never mind. I just remembered I don't care." I think I'm getting better at telling that joke. Next time it'll even be funny.
Good. It's so true.
It's so funny.
So true. Oh God, I've had
Oh
cats as
wait,
well. So.
I remember. I don't care.
I just remembered. I don't care. And in the meantime, your kitty is right behind you.
I
On the
know. I saw my big black BB.
Gosh. Can we, yeah, I want to look at the other parts of this too to see if we can find something
Yeah.
meaningful in all of this for you. The part about calling your sister, how did that feel to you? Did that feel like anything, like in
Yeah,
the
well,
dream when you woke up?
I was explaining how I used to feel as a kid, where I would be like, I'd try to wake up, and
Hmm.
I would know I'm awake when I can turn on my light.
Hmm.
So I would try to wake up, I'd try to wake up, and I just couldn't get the light up. And, there were some scary things that I experienced in early childhood.
Hmm.
And so that became a little bit of a terror dream for me because
Hmm.
it repeated itself.
Did
And
it feel
this
that
felt
way?
like that. It did only because I was thwarted from doing something I was trying to do. I
Hmm.
just wanted to find her number. And then I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I think then I threw the phone. And then I was like, wait a minute. I know her number. I just have to be able to, you know, call. And so, in a way, that's also like making a molehill out of a mountain. Oh, wait. No matter. I know her number. You know,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
interesting.
but it's not nothing. It's not nothing that you dreamt that,
It's not.
that feeling like is, just it's just something to be curious about. Like
Yes.
some place in you that does feel frustrated about making connections or making contact, or like what if you didn't have the number in your phone? It's like we forget the
Yeah.
brain. We can actually
Right.
think things through and whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. So that was definitely significant. I also think of phone calls and dreams as like reaching out to the spiritual world. I always feel like because the cord and the well, mostly with landlines, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess cell phones too, but this was very definitely a cell phone in this dream that I saw.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Another interesting, yeah, I guess another interesting thing that I like to look at is like all the different people and things in the dream, like are could be a part of you, right? That's very, I
yeah,
think,
I like that.
Jungian approach, where it's like you're the dogs, looking for something or finding your person or your,
I'm the dumb dog, so happy to find her person.
yeah, and you are also the person in control holding the dogs, or
Yeah.
like guiding. Maybe there's something about your friend Michelle that's like you're guiding, so you're sort of,
Hmm.
being the
I
bridging,
feel
making.
like I've seen that image maybe in a cartoon with the person walking with like five leashes in each hand
Hmm.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, somebody who pet sits or whatever,
I'm
and is
just hoping it's not 101 Dalmatians that I'm thinking of.
it is.
Maybe.
No judgment. Yeah, so I guess I didn't ask you this right at the beginning, but like overall, what was your feeling? Like I know you had those different feelings about your sister and the frustration, but
And
like
those
was
are all in the dream
in
feelings.
the dream. Okay, so what did you wake up with
Um,
all?
I think more than anything, I just wanted to grasp the memories, get all the little pieces. I finally have like a longer dream than I've been having lately, and I want to encourage that to continue. And I feel like so that's what I was feeling when I woke up. It was like, oh my gosh, I just have to remember all the various parts.
Hmm. So when you tell the dream now, is there any kind of a feeling that comes up for you?
I do have a feeling in the pit of my stomach. Really, I'm not sure why, but I do feel that nervousness
Hmm.
somehow.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'll
Well,
I'll sit with that. I really don't know
yeah,
why.
yeah. Like in each piece of the dream, there is a potential little piece of nervousness, with your son who's
Yeah,
in trouble with some tribal police, and you're like, what's
yeah,
going on? And then maybe it isn't so bad, but still there's something coming up. So yeah,
yes.
maybe there's just something that is something to kind of, I guess if
Okay.
it were my dream, I'd probably want to meditate on what are
Thank
the
you.
dreams,
This is
and
probably the more important of all of Robert Moss's questioning. Is could anything from the stream happen?
Mhm.
Could anything happen? So
Could it
we
happen? Yeah.
we not only look at, you know, people that we associate with, reality check of our
Right. What
past.
is real in the dream? Is there anything real? Right. But also, could this happen? Yeah.
Could this happen? And so I hadn't thought of that, and thank you for bringing that up.
Mhm.
And so I will be on the lookout for when something seems big and a little stressful, and then whatever, I'll have the knowledge that it will become manageable.
Yeah. Maybe there's a way to like slow down. Maybe the dogs slow you down too, in a good way.
Yeah,
Right. Like dogs do that. They bring you right into the moment.
they really do.
Interesting. This is making me think of I don't know if it was a dream or I just woke up with it. Like somebody saying in my head, I think it was my father actually, my dead father,
Hmm.
saying just slow down, just slow
Yes.
down, just slow down. And I was like, I woke up, I was like, shit, I need to slow the fuck down. I mean,
It's true. Wow, that's a real gift.
it's something connected, like slowing down, like, okay, these are issues, these are potential problems, but maybe if I just sit with it for a minute.
So I want to tell you something that happened in a dream of mine a couple weeks ago. And I can't remember if it might have been my mom's yard site, which is the anniversary of her death, as you know. And it would have been, she died in 95, so 27 years. So in my dream, I had a dream. It was one of these dreams. I don't know if you've ever had these dreams. You're kind of in a vast space and you can have anything you want. Have you ever been offered that? Oh my gosh, that's like the greatest gift.
Wow.
And I said, I really wanted a hug from my mom. I loved her so much. And the next thing I was in my head, in my dream, I was hugging her and I felt that tug, that heart tug. You know, when you hug someone you love so much, your hearts start to like talk to each other. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And
Ew.
I felt, yeah,
Mm,
and I felt that. And
mm,
I was just amazed. And I don't think I've told anyone until this moment. All
that's
of you, keep it a
so
secret. No,
yeah, that's so wonderful. Yeah, what a gift that you're sharing
what a
that.
gift. What a
Yeah,
gift.
what a gift for you. Oh my God, like you got
So,
that help. You
so much.
literally physically got it. And
Yeah, I know. I know. It felt so real.
mhm,
And I've only ever experienced that kind of love once before in a dream. But
mm,
in that dream, I attributed it to God's love, like universal love, like the
mm,
depth of love.
mm,
And I never felt so good as
mm.
waking up from that dream. And this one had that same feeling, like deep, true love.
Oh, okay. The one that you just shared, you're saying
Yeah,
had.
and the only other time I was attributing it to God, that
Mhm,
that love.
mm, mm. That's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I love how our deceased loved ones, like, they come to us in dreams.
I
I mean,
know.
whatever you wanna think about it, it's like it might just be a dream, or it could be that
Yeah.
they're actually, you know, coming to
I
you.
feel like you can distinguish that, discern that.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
you just have to decide for yourself what feels true. It
exactly,
really doesn't make a
exactly.
difference. You get it one way or another, whether it's in your
Right.
dream or whether
Whether
it's actual visit. It
if your loved ones have something for you, something to say to you,
yeah, yeah, like slow
you will hear it in many ways.
yeah, and that was the best advice that my father could have given me.
Just amazing.
'Cause I could feel I was, like, spinning. I was spinning.
Yeah,
In waking life, not in a dream my dreams. In that waking life, I was just, like, moving too fast. So, yeah.
it's interesting. I went to my son's wrestling match uh in high school, but he's last year of junior high, and and I heard it was a three team match, and I heard one of the coaches saying, slow down. He was telling his wrestler, go move slower, maybe so you could be more precise in the
Mm,
movement, like flipping over the kid or like I was way impressed. I had never been to a wrestling match before.
so barbaric to me, but
It was
what?
really fun, and I could see why like the Greeks were so into the like Olympics and whatnot, male competition, or not just male, but it's it was bl- bloodthirsty. No, I'm just kidding. Not bloodthirsty. Prowess, strength, and prowess. But
Hmm.
that I just reminded me of that. Slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Slow down so you can be more precise. You can actually feel what's happening. You can actually
Yeah.
vision what your next step is. If you're
Yes,
moving so fast, you can't really
that's right.
make decisions. So, yeah. Yeah. So, is there anything else you feel like you need to know about the dream for now?
Um, the number 40 seems very biblical. 40 days and 40 nights in the desert.
Mm.
And once you turn 40, you're permitted to study Kabbalah, which is esoteric Judaism. Until you're 40, you study Judaism and the Talmud, the laws, and then when you're 40 is when
I didn't know that. Hmm.
I didn't listen to that.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't.
But yeah, so 40 seems significant.
Mm,
I'm not sure.
mm. Okay. Yeah, I don't have like a particular hit on that, but that does
Yeah.
seem like a significant number.
Yeah. I don't know if this is true or not. Was Moses up Mount Sinai for 40 days? And then it took the Jews 40 years. No, 40 days and 40 nights. Right.
He was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. I don't know. I don't know
We're
my,
going to brush up on our Bible
I
later.
am the wrong person and I'm not. So don't talk to me about your Bible.
Happy Hanukkah.
Chag Sameach
Chag
Hanukkah. Yeah,
Sameach.
last night with all the candles lit. This is the first year in many years that I've actually lit every night.
I'm so
And
happy. I
most nights
missed
I
I
actually
missed
with
two,
people
I
online.
missed I missed two of the nights.
It's okay.
I had to, I didn't have 8 gifts to give my kid.
I'm so glad I don't have to do that thing.
I don't get him big things. I get
Yeah.
him, small things.
Yeah.
And then I got him a couple of sweaters that he can wear for Christmas Eve and Christmas at my sister's house.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever, get what you need. I also
Yeah.
got him a really cool thing. It's a monocular, like a binoculars, but
Mhm.
this is a single monocular. So good for bird watching or
Cool.
just seeing cars.
Yeah, cool.
So, so he's not so excited by it, but I'm gonna spend some time using it.
Get things for him so you can use them.
It's
That's the
true.
way.
Would you? Well, so I don't feel like we should do another dream just now,
Yeah,
but
probably not. It's probably too long, and that was probably enough for one episode.
yeah, but
Yeah.
anytime I will always be available
Okay.
for a
Awesome.
podcast.
So yeah, like pray on that great poodle and
Oh my gosh.
like embodying the ways of your friend Michelle, like whatever it is about
Yeah.
that. And I am curious about the tribal police part. That's something we didn't
Yeah.
really, but like I would
Yeah.
really understand like why was it a tribal police, And so I would kind of want to play with
Yeah. It
like am I
felt like
missing the tribe? Am I missing the circle?
oh
It's like
it,
she's bringing all the people, all the dogs,
yeah.
together. She's bringing them into the
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's something like that feels a little tribal there, and also
I hear you.
tribal police and your sister.
Pack the pack.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It felt like such an infringement. Not for him but something that my kid had done
Oh,
on the trip. It was because I didn't know what it was. And I
right.
felt like, oh my gosh, he
Yeah.
might be in big trouble. But turns out not so.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be a lesson to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But still, like enough for a tribal police to come to your door. So there's still something significant about it, even if it was just
Really is.
small infraction, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll think on that as well.
Hmm.
Well, thank you so much, Ellen.
Welcome. My pleasure. That's fun.
So how can I honor this dream?
Yeah. How can you honor this dream? What do you?
Um, I'm just gonna say something I was planning on doing anyway because it maybe fits. I will be donating $40 to Heifer International as like Christmas gifts
Okay.
to various relatives.
I love that. Pepper. Love it.
Heifer, it's the best.
Yeah, it's a great organization.
Absolutely. They're
Hmm.
doing a big water campaign right now.
Hmm.
Funds are matched, and that's a good time to donate.
There's so many places to give money to right now.
I
It's
know.
overwhelming. My goodness.
I know. I feel like for me to deal with that, all these years in my life as like an open-hearted person, I had to just choose like two or three,
Yeah,
one or two causes, two or three,
yeah,
because there's just so everybody would,
totally.
many organizations would do really good work with money, but you have to make choices.
You do. And I think that's smart so that every time something comes across your desk, you don't have to be like, oh my God, should I do
That's
this? You know,
that's
so
right. That's
someone
right.
to give money to. Yeah.
Well, maybe I should donate to the police benevolent fund.
Yeah, or maybe there's something, I mean, there's so
Oh, or
many
maybe tribal.
reservations. Yeah. Here
Oh,
in Mexico, there's so many reservations and so many
yeah.
lows, and there's a lot of native whatever.
Well, I'll do a search on that because maybe there is something in
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
That's awesome. I like that.
Just even remembering that you're on native land, that what is it, the Lenape in your
That's
area.
right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that totally fed in. This guy was a Lenape Indian
Hmm.
who pounded on the door. So it was
Oh, there
a
okay.
local infraction.
Yeah. Hmm. Some
It
connection
was
there.
something like he climbed the trees. It wasn't even like desecration, but it was,
Like getting into their space, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like being able to separate out what's theirs, like that they deserve to have their own land and we deserve to have their own.
sure.
You're you're over here doing things on my land. I don't know. I'm just totally riffing on.
No, I that's what it felt like. But
Yeah.
that's so interesting to realize just now. It actually is the Lenape. It was
Mhm.
This man was Lenape,
That's
and I remember
that's
being
really interesting.
aware of that in the dream because, just like you're saying, one of the elementary schools here is either called Lenape or Lenape,
Mhm.
and over the years it's changed, and um, this is Lenape land,
Mhm.
Lenny Lenape land.
Oh yeah, is it? I didn't know there was another part of that. Yeah. Cool.
Huh.
Wonderful. All right. Well, also congratulations on changing the name of the
Oh,
podcast.
thank you.
Sounds good.
I
Like,
just felt like it was too hard to find. I may have been one of the earlier ones to come in with Dream Stream, but there's others now.
I didn't realize that there were others with the same name. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just thought, in essence, we do
We
talk
do. We
about
so do
stream
that.
consciousness.
So do that. We're not,
We
we're
so
often
do that.
not on, yeah, we're not only talking about dreams, we're talking about all sorts of other things that
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, well, call me or text me, and we can
Let's actually
have
stay
another
on
one.
after let's stay on after we
We'll stay on after.
yeah,
Okay.
after say
Well,
goodbye to our beloved listeners.
so goodbye, beloved listeners. Hope you enjoyed.
Wonderful, peaceful holidays and
Yes. Happy New Year.
yeah, may this year be, gosh, just grounded and peaceful, and may we all find, each other in support of ourselves and keeping ourselves grounded and well and healthy. It's just a really rough time.
Amen.
Yeah, yeah.
Healthy and wealthy and wise.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, Holodomor Metukim.
Olamode Metukim, sweet dreams.